Tri-Card fans, if you would look with me to the blue corner. Stepping into the cage at 2 wins, 1 loss. His height is 5 foot 10 inches. His weight is 145 pounds. He trains with Cobra out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. His name is Elijah Merciless Brantley. And his opponent in the red corner. His record stepping in is 1 win and 0 losses. His height, 5 foot 9 inches. His weight, 145 pounds. He trains with Team Ross Maverick and comes to you from Demopolis, Alabama. His name is Brett the Hitman Schroeder. Your referee for this fight will be Michael.
Chris, we've got an 18 and a 19-year-old with more experience than you had at your first professional fight.
Unbelievable.
With more training experience at that point.
Oh, a lot more.
You know, Brent Schroeder looks amped, and you've got a real cool, calm, collective Elijah Brantley on the other side of the cage.
You know, what's really neat about this is these are 2 of the best guys around, just young guys, you know, and they both said, hey, I'm the best young guy, you think you're the best young guy. Let's see who the best younger guy is here, the best up-and-coming guy.
Chris, you've got 2 really tough kids from separate sides of the city, and all of their neighborhoods are here cheering them on. That's what this fight is. You know, it was real good. Elijah Brantley just took a stiff right hand and didn't react the way I thought he would. They're fighting for underhooks right now. Brett Schroeder has pushed Elijah Brantley against the cage. And it's strange seeing a wrestler getting pinned against the cage right now, Chris.
Absolutely. Usually they're kind of the bull and trying to push the other person around. It's not the case. There he goes. Oh!
Elijah Brantley just went for an upper body throw, and it was stopped very well by Brent Schroeder.
Absolutely.
Now,
you know, it was stopped, but he did a good job of not ending up in a terrible position. You try a lateral drop, usually you're on your back.
Yeah.
He didn't end up there. He scrambled and got back into a decent position.
So now we've got Elijah. They are trading positions on the cage with Brent Schroeder right now going in for a single leg.
You know, and once again, even though Brett Schroeder does not have the wrestling pedigree, doesn't have the wrestling background as Elijah, this once again just shows his training. You know, training in MMA, training to fight. You do a lot of the very similar things you do, because this isn't pure wrestling. This is use the cage, use all aspects of this to make it a little bit different than pure wrestling.
There's something to be said about being in the gym since you were a child.
100%.
And Brent Schroeder is continuing to pressure from the clinch against the cage against Elijah Brantley. Needed a midsection by Brent Schroeder.
Elijah's looking very relaxed right now. He's not wasting a lot of energy. You can tell he's had a few fights.
I think that's that wrestling in him. He's knowing when to breathe. You know, his understanding of when to break is when he can relax. But he's also letting that round time slip by when doing so.
Absolutely. There's that balance you have to make.
Brent Schroeder has tried his hardest to get the takedown. Does so.
Wow. That's impressive right there.
Now we're going to see a wrestler on his back.
Not for very long.
Yeah, that's generally how it goes. So Brent Schroeder worked real hard, got that takedown, and Elijah Brantley responded by getting back to his feet.
Elijah Brantley looks like he has a newfound kind of a little bit of urgency right now.
Yeah, I think he downloaded a lot of information, and now he's starting to implement what it is he believes he needs to do.
Well, I think he got taken down, and that's kind of a slap in the face. I think he was like, that's it, I'm not taking this.
Good right cross by Elijah Brantley. Man, end of round 1. Wow. That's as close as it gets.
You know, that just shows me, like I said, very impressed right now with Schroeder's ability to try and dictate the pace against a wrestler. Like, he showed that this is not wrestling. I've been training at this sport for a long time. I'm in here, I'm in the cage, I'm using the cage. I'm going to take you down if I want to.
And Chris, as you've seen in the previous fights as compared to this one, that fight had a lot of action throughout from the opening of the round to the end of it, And both of them at the end, they still wanted to go. They both had more go in them. These two guys are evenly matched.
They're evenly matched, and they're both, obviously, they're in very good condition. This is right now a good time to learn. They kind of spent a little bit too much energy right there at certain times. Like I said, I could see, Elijah was doing a good job of relaxing many times, but at the end, he kind of got amped up. He got taken down. They said, okay, that's enough. I can't stay relaxed anymore.
What's interesting to me is you see Kirk Taylor and a quarter of Elijah Brantley, and there was like a conversation like you would have in the break of like at a gym session.
Yeah.
It was Elijah Brantley's very, very calm. Brent Schroeder is just focused. Look at the stare on him. And we began rounds here. No touch of gloves, each fighter circling. Brent Schroeder closed the distance, looking to get the clinch again, and he throws Elijah Brantley against the cage. I think Elijah might be a little surprised that they're going hip for hip on this, and Brent is keeping up with them.
I guarantee he's surprised right now because he thought, I am the better wrestler. I have the better wrestling pedigree. And he's getting put in bad positions right now. I think he's shocked. I think he has no idea that this guy would have this kind of wrestling.
The thing about Elijah, though, is you look at him, he is so cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looking at his coaches, he's breathing, and Schroeder just continues to work.
Well, what Schroeder's doing right now, and he's showing this is not wrestling. This is takedowns for MMA. They're different. Like he's using the cage. Look, he's got the leg trap. You don't do that in wrestling. You know what I mean? So he's just doing things that I think Elijah's not used to seeing.
Yeah, so Elijah's going to have to figure this puzzle out. He swung off the cage, and he is being placed right back to where he does not want to be.
We see where the thing going on right now, Elijah is using more strength, I think, than Schroeder. Schroeder's using the proper technique and position.
And as you see now, at the break, you saw Elijah Brantley now closing the distance and getting that big takedown, which is something I think he expected to do from the beginning.
Well, that right there was where he just said, I'm stronger, I'm more athletic. That was a great takedown he used right there.
Agreed. Elijah Brantley now almost stalking Brent Schroeder from the top position. Elijah is just looking for a good entry, trying to come in with a big strike. It seems setting it up.
I mean, I can just see by the way Elijah Brantley's fighting right now. Like he's calm, he's cool, he's collected, but he's pissed off. He's mad about the fact that this fight's not going exactly like he thinks he should be.
Yeah, when we talked to him yesterday, he was just so confident. I'm a wrestler. It's one of those types of attitudes which I really respect.
I don't want it to sound like I don't think he's doing well. He's doing phenomenal. But I think he thought that this was going to be a much easier fight than it is. This is a great fight. I think both guys are doing great things.
And Brent Schroeder from the bottom, not only is he defending, he's trying to figure out a way up and stopping what Elijah Brantley is trying to do.
This could be, Mike, another one of those fights we look at in the future. Like, I can't believe we had this fight on here.
Absolutely.
Both these guys could be good fighters in the future.
I mean, we sit here and say Brent Schroeder's been training since he was a child. Well, you know what? Elijah Brantley's been wrestling since he was a child.
Same thing.
Some would argue it's the same thing. Yes.
I would agree with that.
Brent Schroeder from his back position the majority of this round. And
try leg attempt being attempted right here. What he needs to do. Hold on, what was being like something?
I think Brent was grabbing his glove.
Okay,
and he was complaining to the referee. That's what he's doing. We got 10 seconds left in the second round.
And Brantley's doing a great job right now of staying out of any dangerous positions right now. He's doing a good job of knowing exactly what his opponent has to do and stopping that from happening.
Chris, Elijah Brantley, that last 10 seconds of that round, he tried to steal it. Like you saw that little flurry at the end was trying to make it decisive in the judge's eyes.
There was that good slam done by Brantley right now.
And what I like to do is kind of look at guys in between rounds, and Elijah Brantley right now refused the stool. That's what kind of shape this guy is in.
I'm telling you, I don't know. He seems like he's upset right now. You can tell. I've seen him fight before, calm, cool, collected. Right now, he's a little rattled. Even though he's doing phenomenally, I don't think he's doing as well as he thought he would do. But I think he's doing very good, especially at the end of that round. He was able to land some good punches.
Well, I think this bout might be 1-1. In Brent Schroeder's corner, Ronda and Jay Russell, they're informing him of that.
Yeah, I don't care if you're smart and you're cornering these people. You're saying you have to win this round.
There is a lot of upside between each of these fighters. There is a lot of upside with both of these guys. And our referee, Michael Bull, is bringing us into the third and final round.
No surprise, no touch of gloves.
No touch of
right
gloves. Look at the confidence of Elijah Brantley coming from his corner. You know, Brent Schroeder responds with a nice stiff jab. Schroeder setting a trap, trying to get Elijah to overcommit so we can counter with a right. Elijah Brantley is keeping the distance, understanding that anytime that there's a clinch, he's having issues.
You can just tell right now how calm both of these guys are, because you say they've had 10,000 punches thrown at them in practice.
You know, you say that, but then when you transition to the fight, both of these guys have got under 3 fights. It's very difficult to apply that in a real cage experience. But very, very calm, both of them. Brent Schroeder initiating the clinch. Elijah spins out.
Nice leg kick done right there, and a shot attempt.
Good single leg attempt.
Now what he needs to do if he really wants to finish this, he's got to step in with his legs and use his hips to stand up. You can't have it with a bent over back like that. You got to get your hips underneath that if you want to stand up. You're not going to be.
Brent Schroeder going for a ride.
See, he did it right there just from pure strength and athleticism. He could have made that much easier if he stepped in with his hips and stepped up.
And Elijah Brantley has repositioned for a single leg takedown against the fence.
If he tries to pull him up, that's wasting so much energy. It makes it so much easier if you just step in, get your hips underneath you, and stand up.
Yeah, Elijah Brantley is trying to get that double leg takedown.
If he can lock it up, it's going to happen.
Brent Schroeder on his back.
1 minute left here, so let's see. You have to change the strategy right now. Both guys have to do whatever they can to finish strong. It's a very tight fight right now, so whoever wins the last minute is probably going to win the fight.
And Elijah Brantley has positioned himself perfectly. He's got his opponent's back on the ground in his own corner. Brent Schroeder, there's no quit. He keeps coming. He keeps bouncing back up. It's exactly the opposite of what Elijah had pictured coming into this fight. Constant pressure by Elijah Brantley.
He's grabbing the fence. That's a point right there.
He might be taking a point for that.
He should have, because that was going to be a takedown if he didn't do it.
And Elijah Brantley, although his mouth is open finally, he's still got a lot of gas left in that tank. Brent Schroeder trying to get a whizzer. And Elijah Brantley is on the corner of Brent Schroeder. Once again, closing the round again strong is Elijah Brantley.
From the beginning to the end, I would not be surprised to see another split decision, to be honest with you.
Now, it wouldn't surprise me either. Elijah Brantley and Brent Schroeder both left that exchange believing that they had won the fight. So usually when it takes a little time, Chris, there's an issue with the scorecards. That stomp was courtesy of Brent Schroeder, clearly not happy with his performance. However, the guy had no quit.
I thought he did a lot of things, very well right there. It was just two very tough guys who were fighting each other.
And we've got the ring announcer Lance Green outside the cage right now, counting the scorecards. I think you might be correct. We might have another split decision on this fight. Brent Schroeder turning towards his opponent with Elijah Brantley and back to his corner. I don't know, Lance Green has now entered the cage. We should be getting a decision soon.
Strikeout fans, after 3 grueling rounds, your winner by unanimous decision, Elijah Merciless Brantley!
Elijah Brantley with a very, very strong performance. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these two again. It wouldn't surprise me if later on in their careers they meet again.